U.S. Air Force B-2 Spirit female pilot performs full-speed emergency takeoff. The amber glow of the warning light blinked like a heartbeat on the panel. Major Sierra Hart didn't panic. She never did. At 32, she was one of the few female pilots trusted to fly the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber, an aircraft cloaked in mystery and shadow, much like Sierra herself. Stationed at Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri, she had trained for every contingency. Except this. "Major Hart, we've got a breach in hangar security," the control tower's voice crackled. "Orders from command. Prepare for immediate takeoff. Repeat, this is not a drill." She glanced at her co-pilot, Captain Reyes, who was already strapping in. "What the hell is going on?" she asked sharply, flipping switches and engaging the B-2's engines. Intel intercepted chatter about a hostile sabotage operation. Possible threat on base. You're to get the B-2 airborne before anything hits. Sierra's heartbeat quickened. This was no training op. The B-2 was prepped for a long-range reconnaissance mission over the South Pacific in 48 hours, but it was fueled, loaded, and more dangerously, armed. If something happened to it on the ground, the consequences would be catastrophic. The tarmac outside the hangar glowed orange under floodlights, eerily quiet. But Sierra could feel it. Something was off. Then she saw it. A black SUV speeding toward the runway perimeter. No lights. No markings. Just speed and silence. Reyes cursed under his breath. "That's not one of ours. Strap in. We're not waiting." Sierra's fingers moved in muscle memory across the control panel. The B-2's engines roared to life with a low hum that resonated in her bones. Normally, takeoff required a precise checklist and coordination with ground crew. But tonight, there was no time. Tower barked in her earpiece. "Unauthorized vehicle near runway 9. Repeat, we have unauthorized." Boom. The SUV exploded in a burst of flame just before reaching the aircraft, fire licking the side of the tarmac. Sierra didn't flinch. She pushed the throttle to max power. "Brace," she warned Reyes. The B-2 surged forward, wheels screaming as they hit top speed. The hangar doors hadn't even fully opened, but Sierra threaded the Spirit through like a needle. They roared down runway 9, firelight reflecting off the stealth black surface of the aircraft. Behind them, alarms screamed and ground crew scrambled. Another explosion rocked the edge of the base. Shrapnel clanged off the back fuselage. "Landing gear now," she barked. Reyes flipped the switch. And then, lift. The aircraft soared into the air just as a second SUV tore through a fence and detonated on the runway where they had been seconds before. They were airborne. But barely. "Damage report," she asked. "Some minor external hits. Fuel tanks intact. Weapon systems still online. No structural breach." Sierra exhaled, half relief, half dread. "Command, this is B-2 Echo Sierra. We're airborne, but you've got hostiles on the ground. Secure the base perimeter." A long pause. Then, "Copy that, Echo Sierra. Good work. Redirect to contingency waypoint Bravo. Further instructions in air." She didn't like the tone. Something was being hidden. Waypoint Bravo was not in their original mission profile. It meant new coordinates and a new threat. As they veered west toward the mountains, Reyes looked at her. "You ever think you're too calm when things go sideways?" Sierra smiled faintly. "You know why." He nodded. She didn't need to explain. Her older brother had died in a Black Hawk crash when she was 15. A freak storm, bad decisions, and bureaucracy had all played their part. That day, Sierra had decided never to lose control, never to flinch. The Air Force had shaped her into steel. But the fire came from grief. Suddenly the radar pinged. "Unidentified bogey, fast mover, closing in, 11 o'clock, Reyes shouted. "Impossible. No one should be up here." Then she saw it, a small drone, sleek and unmarked, cutting through the clouds like a blade. It wasn't just surveillance. The drone fired. Two missiles screamed toward them. Sierra barrel-rolled the massive B-2, a maneuver never taught in training. Alarms blared. The aircraft shuddered as the missiles passed, missing by meters. Reyes, engage countermeasures. Get me lock on that drone. The drone weaved with disturbing precision. This wasn't off-the-shelf hardware. Someone had designed it specifically to neutralize a B-2. Who had that kind of tech? She didn't wait to find out. Missile lock, firing. The drone banked sharply, but Sierra had anticipated it. Her missile hit center mass. The drone exploded mid-air. Silence returned, but now it was worse than the chaos. It meant something else was coming. Command's voice came through, tighter than before. Echo Sierra, divert to Blackrock facility. Upload your flight logs immediately. We have reason to believe this was a coordinated infiltration. Possible mole. Possible prototype theft. Sierra froze. Prototype. Her eyes narrowed. You knew we had a target on our back. No answer. She didn't need one. This wasn't about the base. This was about her aircraft, about the B-2's next-generation cloaking tech, which was not yet public. She realized now, the aircraft was a decoy for a deeper plan. Someone wanted the data, and someone on the inside had given them access. Change course, she said. But not to Blackrock. Reyes blinked. Sierra. If they knew where we were going, they'll know where we're headed. We fly cold. No signal. Altitude max. We don't land until sunrise. Hours later, the dawn burned gold on the horizon. The B-2 cruised silently over the Rockies. And then, warning, systems breach. What? Reyes leaned forward. How? We're off-grid. Sierra's fingers raced across the interface. Someone remote hijacked the maintenance AI while we were still grounded. It's been hiding in standby. The aircraft jerked. Suddenly, autopilot activated. Locked. A voice came through the cockpit speakers, a voice Sierra recognized. General Alan Kerr. Her former mentor. I'm sorry, Sierra. You were never supposed to make it off the ground. The B-2 wasn't supposed to be recovered. But now that you're in the air, we'll recover it the hard way. She stared, stunned. You used me. It's bigger than you think. No, she said, jaw tight. It's exactly as small as betrayal. Then, with a calm that would have made her brother proud, she did the unthinkable. She disabled the main avionics and took full manual control. The aircraft shuddered, now completely under her touch. Sierra, what are you doing? Kerr's voice crackled. What I was trained to do, she said. Finish the mission. And protect what matters. She dropped the B-2 into the valleys below, using terrain masking to disappear from radar. They flew blind, silent, unseen. By the time the sun climbed over the second ridge, they'd reached a hidden emergency landing strip in Nevada, known only to high-clearance pilots. Sierra landed the B-2 perfectly. As ground personnel raced to secure the aircraft, Sierra climbed out and looked skyward, her face lit.